Hi, welcome to Psyche Trait. You are sitting across from a coworker or an acquaintance, and the tension is obvious. They clearly dislike you, yet you have no record of any negative interaction with them. Your mind immediately begins a forensic review of the past. You mentally replay every conversation, scanning for a misunderstood joke or a missed email that might explain the rift. This happens because the human brain prefers a logic of cause and effect. We generally assume that a hostile reaction from others must be rooted in something we did. This leads to an exhausting cycle of overcompensation. You try to be extra polite or offer apologies for friction points you cannot even identify, hoping to fix a dynamic that feels broken without a cause. However, when the facts of your behavior don't align with the level of hostility you're receiving, the search for your own guilt often proves futile. To understand why this happens, we have to look past your actions entirely. We need to turn the lens toward the other person's internal state and how they navigate their own insecurities. Some individuals maintain a sense of self-worth that depends entirely on continuous social validation. For them, self-esteem is a resource that must be granted by others. When you enter the room with a sense of independent confidence, not seeking that same validation, you inadvertently threaten that system. Your presence highlights the insecurities they are trying to hide. To avoid the pain of confronting these self-truths, the ego employs a defense mechanism, known as projection. The process works by taking an uncomfortable internal quality and unconsciously attaching it to you. They see their own flaws as your traits. Through this distorted lens, their outward hostility becomes a way to attack their own unwanted feelings without having to own them. This projection creates a permanent negative bias filter. It changes how the person interprets even the most basic interactions. Under this filter, neutral behavior looks like a provocation. Staying quiet in a meeting is no longer just listening. To them, it looks like a calculated display of arrogance. Once this bias is established, it becomes self-reinforcing. Every move you make is logged as further evidence of the malicious intent they've already assigned to you. In other cases, the hostility has nothing to do with your personality or your confidence. It stems from a different mechanism: displacement. This occurs when someone is overwhelmed by frustrations they cannot safely express, like anger toward a boss, anger at a spouse, or a difficult life situation. Because you are a non-threatening presence, you become a convenient emotional release valve. You are simply the safest place for them to deposit their pent-up stress. Whether they are filtering you through their own bias or using you as a target for unrelated stress. The conflict is internal to them. You are just standing in the path of the discharge. Looking back at that tense coworker, you can see their behavior differently. Their sharp tone and cold demeanor act as a public signal of their own discomfort rather than a judgment of your worth. Releasing the need to fix the relationship provides immediate relief. Their outbursts offer a clear outline of the struggles they are facing within themselves. This perspective allows for empathy through detachment. You can recognize the pain driving their actions without feeling any obligation to shoulder the blame for it. It is tempting to point this out to them, but confronting a hater with their own projections usually backfires. It threatens the very ego they are trying to protect, often resulting in even more volatile hostility. The most effective response is to remain entirely unbothered. A neutral stance starves the negative bias of the defensive reaction it needs to sustain itself. True freedom comes from reaching a state of total indifference. You win by simply refusing to participate in a battle that was never about you in the first place.